One of the most consistently asked questions I get in YouTube comments, Twitch stream comments, and even just in my personal Discord is, what is my setup? What is my gaming setup? Yeah, let's be honest, I only got asked that once, and it was on Twitch while I was streaming, but it was a good idea for a video, so we're doing it, I guess. I also think it's important, as a broke-ass bitch myself, to potentially help other people who are also broke and don't want to spend a lot of money on gaming and streaming and doing YouTube, help them navigate their way through the world of YouTube. And since Christmas has just passed, and I actually did get a lot of things from Christmas, I can show kind of the before, like the broke bitch kind of my gaming setup, and then now the improved because I got gifts for Christmas part of my gaming setup. Now, let's be abundantly clear, this won't just be the setup from the outside. This will actually also be a look into editing softwares and recording softwares for people who don't have the money to spend on things such as Adobe Premiere Pro. Even though that is currently what I use to edit my videos, which I can show everybody else if they're able to afford that. That is what I currently use to edit my videos, but not everybody is able to get their hands on a copy of Adobe. The Adobe Cloud in general is what I have. Not everybody is fortunate enough to get their hands on a copy of the Adobe Cloud. Therefore, I'll show you what I used beforehand, which is a free software that you can do a lot of things with if you learn how to use it right. Let's go through piece by piece and get started then, shall we? So, first off, if you want to be streaming properly, you gotta have a good chair. Don't take a page out of Wild G Monkey's book. He's one of the guys that I play with. He sits on an ottoman when he games, but I sit on a chair. If I'm being completely honest, I got this chair just now for Christmas. If I'm being completely honest, I was sitting on another chair that I literally pulled out of a dumpster beforehand. It was actually, interestingly enough, such a good chair that my brother took it. Go dumpster diving, kids. Anyways, this is actually a really cheap option for a professional gaming chair. I was going to end up buying it myself afterwards because I have actually saved up a lot of money since when I first got my computer to spend on things in my gaming setup. But I decided that my best course of action was just asking for it for Christmas, and if I didn't get it, then it would be fine. I'd buy it for myself. It is a $110 chair. And, he's really pretty. I don't know. He's very comfortable, too. I actually, most of the time, don't keep the lumbar support pillow on because I don't find the reason. This helps a lot, the neck pillow, but this one just kind of makes sitting on the chair uncomfortable. But that's just my own personal opinion. On top of that, I would just like to say all of the products that I display in this video will be linked in the description. None of them are paid links. If you choose to click on them and go buy them for your own setup, then, I don't make any money off of that. They're not paid links, I promise. A majority of the things in my setup did come from Amazon, which is, why I'm able to put the links in my description. I think next we're going to go through, the smaller things. We're going to go through microphone, keyboard, mouse, and headphones, which, are the smaller parts of the setup. My microphone will be linked in the description. This was actually also a Christmas gift, but not from this Christmas. I have actually had this computer and this setup for, well, not this exact setup, obviously, because some things are Christmas presents from this year, such as the keyboard and the chair. But I've had this computer for 2 years now, and this was actually Christmas, not the Christmas that just passed, but the Christmas before that I got both my microphone and my headphones, both of which will be linked in the description. But first on the microphone, I'll also link the boom arm, which was only $15 in my description. It is here, let me take the filter off for you. It is a Blue Snowball Ice microphone, so it's only a $40 microphone, but it works really well. I can actually not only do my gaming stuff with this, but also when I want to record songs, I can record songs using this as well. I took a break to open my blinds. You can actually see my brother in the background shoveling snow, even though there was absolutely no snow in the driveway last night. But this microphone, I highly recommend because it is not super expensive and it sounds really, really good. It is actually, if you were ever a Jacksepticeye fan, it is what Jacksepticeye used for a good few years on YouTube. When he was really starting to blow up, he continued to use this microphone until he finally got an upgrade in like 2017 or something. The boom arm I actually recommend for no matter what microphone you get because it can fit the Blue Snowball microphone right here, as you can see. And it also actually can fit a number of studio microphones, and they give you this, and it comes with the boom arm. The next thing up in this setup tour is these studio headphones. Both the headphones and the microphone were actually given to me because I said I wanted to record some music. You can see another instrument for recording music, and my plethora of instruments over here. So yeah, I am a musician, and I do actually record music with both this and this, which should tell how good quality they are. These are Sennheiser, as you can see it says right here, and they will be linked in the description below. They are surround sound and over-ear headphones that are pretty noise canceling and are really good if your brother likes to yell at his friends when he's playing Fortnite in the other room. These right here are $70 headphones, studio quality, surround sound, all the things I mentioned beforehand, for $70. You can also, of course, buy cheaper headphones on Amazon. Your headphones are not the biggest thing. I played with literal Apple earbuds for a little while. Whenever I don't want to wear the headphones anymore, I literally just plug these into my computer and put them in, and literally they work because they have the surround sound in them too. Like, literal Apple earbuds will work. Up next, we ignore the gunk on my desk and instead talk about this mechanical gaming keyboard, which is actually called the GK61. It is a 60% keyboard. I got it in black. My brother has it in white. The other difference between my brother's and my keyboard is the switches that are actually underneath. I have blue switches. As you can hear right there. And he has yellow switches, which you can hear right there. There's quite a big difference between the two. Not only do they have color options when it comes to the actual color of the keyboard, the white versus the black, but they also have color options when it comes to how you want to customize your keyboard. All you have to do is click the FN button and then click either this one, which this setting will light up whatever key you press. This setting will light up whatever row you press. This setting will send out, on both sides, it's like a splash, I guess, whatever key you press. So if you press multiple times, then it looks like that. And this setting is my personal favorite, which is reactive to sound, actually. So as I speak, you can see the sound waves going up. It's not reactive to the sound that is in your computer. It is reactive, however, to the sound that you speak or the keyboard buttons that you press. I think the microphone is actually built into the keyboard. Then you also have this setting, which I don't know why it looks like this, but it does. This setting, which is just blue, apparently. I'm learning as we're going as well. This setting, which changes the rainbow, fluxes the rainbow, but the whole keyboard stays one solid color. And then this setting that has the rainbow go through, like we were looking at earlier. This is the setting that my brother has on his keyboard. This keyboard, with all of the things it comes with, is $50. I got it for Christmas, like I stated earlier. If you are looking for a cheaper keyboard, though, I have a recommendation for a keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad combo that I will show after I show the mouse that I have. This mouse, actually, funnily enough, this keyboard, this mouse, and this mouse pad are all separate items. I bought them at separate times, but this mouse pad actually comes from the combo that I'm going to show you after I show the mouse. So this mouse is a wireless mouse. I wanted that more because wires would actually get caught underneath the monitor or up against the bottom of my PC tower, making it harder to actually move my mouse. So a wireless mouse was always what I wanted more. And the DPI is really nice on this mouse. I really like it a lot. If you're looking to buy things separately or if you want a gaming mouse, this is actually on the cheaper side of wireless mice. So even though I will show a keyboard, mouse pad, and mouse combo, I do recommend this mouse for anyone who wants a wireless gaming mouse but still wants to go cheap. For $41 right here, which is already $10 less than just my keyboard, you can see that is the mouse pad that I have right here. It comes with a keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad. I used that keyboard for a solid 6 months, and that keyboard is a phenomenal, it says right here, mechanical feel RGB backlit. It's a phenomenal keyboard. It feels so much like a mechanical keyboard. I used it until I could get a mechanical keyboard. I recommend this 100%. You get 3 things in one for just $41. So if you're looking for a cheap option for keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad, there you go. Now we are moving on to my double monitor setup. These 2 monitors I actually got for a total of $50 at garage sales. These are 2 of the things that I cannot link in the description because they don't have an Amazon link or anything that I bought them from. I bought this guy for $40 at a garage sale 2 summers ago, the same summer that I got the computer. I bought this one for $10 this past summer, just at another garage sale. So I recommend for anybody that is looking for monitors to just go and look at all of the garage sales in your neighborhood and see if you can find any, because often you can find them for very cheap. The next thing we have to talk about is my webcam. This is not the greatest quality webcam, but again, it is a cheap boy that I bought because I'm broke. So that will be linked in the description if you're looking for just a cheap webcam to get you started on Twitch or YouTube. And last but not least in this setup tour, I haven't talked about recording and editing softwares yet, which are over there, but I'll do that in a minute. The last part of the setup tour is going to be the longest. Hope you guys are strapped in for the ride. Before we start, yes, I am aware my computer's loud. It has to do with this top fan. Listen. If I push down on it, it makes less noise. It has to do with the case and not the actual things within the case. These fans are really good for anybody seeking RGB fans. They're only red, so it's just R fans then, I guess. But that's because my entire setup is red and black, and so, color continuity I needed to keep. But, we'll first start off with the fact that I'm a gigantic Marvel fan. So I got both of these Funko Pops for Christmas. I'll put them down on the desk here. And Cap is sitting on top. And I love them both. And normally I keep my Funko Pops within the box in case they, increase in value. That way I can resell them, make a lot of money. But with the ones that I love the most, they come out of their cases because I know that I will never resell them because of how much I love them, right? So I keep him and him outside of the box. They're both bobbleheads. Not all, oh boy, they both just fell. Not all of them that I have are bobbleheads. These 2 just so happen to be. I'm going to throw them over on my bed. Yeet. Yeet. They've been yeeted. Now, it is time to get into the thick of things in this beauty of a computer. Because of the price that I built it for, I always used to say that my computer was ass. I used to say that to everybody. My stream would be having difficulties, and I'd be like, oh yeah, it's because I stream on an ass computer. I don't. I found that out by comparing my computer with the computer of the guy who has the greatest computer in my Discord, and mine is only a little bit worse than his. The reason my streams often run like ass is because I have shit internet. So, yeah, we'll start there, saying that. Now let's go through bit by bit. Let's go with the things that I added this past summer, just to narrow it down to the things to go over. These are fans, as we clarified earlier, were a pack for $20 linked in the description down there. They work fine. They're not loud fans. It's really, I promise it's just my case that makes them sound loud. They're not loud fans at all. And they look really, really nice when paired with the computer. You can see from the front here that they shine through, and I don't know, I just think it looks really cool. I will be upgrading my case. I guess we'll talk about the case next. Even though I didn't upgrade it this past summer, we'll talk about that because that's what everything sits in. The case is a Thermaltake case, which I will link in the description. However, it is a little bit more expensive than the case that I want to upgrade to, actually. It was the cheapest case at the time of building my computer, but now there is another case. It has gone up in price, and there's another case that looks better and is cheaper. So I'll link that one down there too because I'm about to upgrade to that case anyways. The computer, when I first built it, I had a budget of $400, believe it or not. I streamed for the first year of having my computer on a $400 computer that ran on an APU. So, if we're going by the next thing that I upgraded, let's talk about the graphics card. Put my hand over the packaging label, or else you can see my address, and that's not good. It is a Zotac Gaming NVIDIA Graphics 1650 graphics card. It is not the 1650 Super or anything, it is just the GeForce GTX 1650. I understand wanting beefy graphics cards if you are a big gamer, but he's really just a compact graphics card. I can stream at 1080p. I don't because it's too much for my internet to handle. I can stream just fine, though, at 1080p if I wanted to, if I had good internet, and he holds up just fine. So, like, it's standalone, it doesn't plug into anything, you just plug it straight into the motherboard, fasten it over here so that your monitors can be plugged in on the other side, and then you just, like, do it. Like, I mean, installing drivers and everything, right? But, you know, it's really simple, actually. Next, we can do my hard drive. I actually don't have a solid state drive. I don't have an SSD. I just have an HDD. Which I would recommend getting an SSD, but I do fine with just a hard drive. It is just 1 terabyte. Seagate Barracuda, linked in the description. This is also linked in the description. All of these parts will be linked in the description as I bought them all from Amazon. The next thing we'll move on to is the APU. This fan, randomly, there it is. It turns off. I don't know what's going on, but my computer has not overheated or blue screened ever. So, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it might just be like dust or something wherever I plug in the CPU fan, which is up there at the top, but it might be dust on there or something that doesn't allow the signal to get through. I really don't know what the problem could be, but it's not that big of an issue for me. My CPU is, well, hold on, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper that says what it is so that I can read it exactly. Okay, it is a AMD Ryzen 5 2600, which is not a great CPU. But for 2 summers ago, building a computer for $400, it was a fine choice. If you're building something now, I don't really recommend this one because it's old as fuck, and the price has actually skyrocketed. I don't recommend building a computer in general right now because of COVID and prices. But especially if you're building a computer, don't use this CPU for right now. Get yourself a different AMD CPU. Next, we'll move on to what is right next to it. This is just Patriot Viper, 16 gigs, SteelSeries. It's just red RAM. The entire computer is a red and black theme, which is great because my favorite color is red. So, you know. Behind this, we have the motherboard, right? Everything that is in this computer is with the motherboard, right? The motherboard is an MSI Gaming something or other motherboard, but it's the mini. It's the mini version of that. The power supply is Corsair CX 450M, 450 watts. I've never found a reason to upgrade to 500 even watts, 550 watts. everything that I have runs on just 450. I don't really have a big problem with that. The case itself, even though I already went over the case, has its own case fan, but I bought the 3 more because I got myself a dedicated graphics card, and because this would often stop, I figured I needed a way to just, keep it cool if it ever were at the point of overheating. And, that's my computer. So I'll put the figurines back in, put on the side panel, and we will talk about editing softwares and other type shit. So, if we are going to take the time to go over recording and editing softwares, all of my recording and editing stuff is right here. And so we'll start off with recording. For recording and streaming, I use OBS Studio and Streamlabs OBS. OBS for recording, and then Streamlabs for streaming, obviously, even though technically you can record through Streamlabs, which I might try and do because I have better settings set up on Streamlabs and I don't really know how to transfer them to OBS. I might try and start recording on Streamlabs. But really, these two are just they're both free. Just download them. Look up settings for specific computers, plug those settings into these, and you'll have a really great time on there. Now, the Adobe Creative Cloud, I will click this relaunch button to launch it actually fully. That is what I currently use for editing and other things. It also has an animator within it that I might work on creating a YouTube, intro animation for, or with. But, loading the Creative Cloud, you can see here. I actually got the Creative Cloud from school for free because my school is a private school, and really my art teacher is amazing, and she let me go to the technology people and tell them that I needed the Creative Cloud, and they gave it to me. So as you can see, I have Premiere Pro and After Effects downloaded. These are the two that I use. After Effects, you can create stinger transitions on Twitch or animated intros on YouTube with, which is why I have that. Premiere Pro is what I edit with. It is expensive. It's literally over $200 a year. So if that's not in your price range, we'll talk about another editing software. But if it is within your price range, if it's something that you can get, I really recommend it. And if you can only afford Premiere Pro, that's fine. But I also think that if you have the money for Premiere Pro, you might want to cash out the extra $100 or whatever it is to get the entire cloud, because it comes with Photoshop, which is where you create thumbnails and shit, and After Effects. You can get all of these fun things with the cloud. So yeah, I recommend the cloud if you can afford it, and then if not, let's move on to the next thing. This application right here is called Shotcut. I used it, you can see here, I used it all the way up until my October and November stream highlights thing. I used this app until my most recent Minecraft video, I believe. Let me check really quickly. Okay, so I'm sure over the past few minutes I've had cards popping up of, I used Shotcut for this, I think Gilly edited this on, one of my friends edited this using Premiere Pro, and this. And so the cards will have popped up over the past few minutes for all of these different videos. You can go see, I did really, really fun things using Shotcut, especially in this video. You can do a really cool VHS tape thing for speeding up through things on Shotcut. It's a really good option. It's entirely free. I really recommend it. Again, it is called Shotcut. That name will be across the screen right now so that you know exactly what it's called. And then these two were edited with Premiere Pro. Now, finally, for thumbnail creation, I actually use an online editor called Kapwing. You can see this is the thumbnail for the Everything and Nothing episode 3, which will be going up before this video, so you guys will have already seen that most likely. And basically, you can use Photoshop with the Adobe Cloud to create your thumbnails. But I've just been using this. It's free. You just go in, you put in your Google account, and you can just use it. It's so easy, and just really, I just sit down and like can get things done so fast on here. And I'm sure you can use Photoshop and do the exact same thing, but I've just been using this for so long, I know exactly how to use it. Like, I really just go through, use this, and I've never found a reason to switch to Photoshop. That actually fully sums up my entire setup tour. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. And for the one person who asked, you're welcome. Also, the fun thing that this chair can do, even though it's not the PewDiePie chair, it really can do this. So, you know. I also was looking at, because to make all the links in the video, I have to put together the Amazon shopping list so that I can then go through after the video is uploaded private. I can then go through and actually go edit the description and put all the links in. The chair is now $160. When I got it for Christmas, I swear it was $110. Sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. You know, leave a like, all that fun stuff. If you prefer to see videos with like me in person, like doing like covers and stuff, then make sure to let me know. I've been really enjoying making gaming videos. I understand if that's not your thing, but there will always be more videos like this where I talk to the camera. So, thanks a lot for watching again, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!